Hey guys, so today I wanted to share with you guys 4 of my favorite plant-based and vegetarian meals that I make all the time. I feel like lunch is kind of a hard meal to get creative with sometimes, but these meals are always ones that I crave and always ones that I make. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I definitely recommend trying them because they are literally amazing. So anyways, don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, and let's go ahead and get started. So the first recipe is this Caprese pasta salad, and this might be my favorite out of all 4 recipes. So what you want to do is start out by boiling pasta. I'm using rotini, but you could use whatever pasta you have on hand. And I definitely recommend getting a whole wheat pasta versus just regular white pasta, just because it tastes exactly the same, but it's a little bit better for you. Now you want to cut your vegetables, and of course you want to use tomatoes because this is a caprese pasta, so you could use cherry tomatoes or just a regular tomato, whatever you have on hand. And then I'm going to add about 1/4 of an avocado. You could add more if you like avocado. I just prefer a little bit, not a lot. And then the most important thing out of this whole recipe is fresh herbs. If you don't have fresh herbs, then I don't recommend making this recipe because the fresh herbs literally make this what it is. So I use basil, parsley, and cilantro, and it just gives so much flavor, and it's the best part of this recipe. Now I'm using a little bit of Chow vegan cheese, which is some of the best vegan cheese that I have found, and it works really, really well because it kind of acts like mozzarella. And then you're going to just combine everything into a bowl, but first you want to make sure your pasta is cool. So you want to run some cold water over your pasta just to make sure it's not hot, and then pour everything into a bowl and mix it together. So for the sauce, you're going to take Just Mayo, which is a vegan mayo, and you're going to do about 3 small little squirts of that and mix it together. And this is going to give it like a creamy kind of texture, and it's also going to make it so it's not super dry. And then you want to add some salt and pepper, just to kind of season it how you like it. And then for the best part of this whole recipe, the balsamic vinegar, and this is the brand Feeney, and if you can't find it at your grocery store, you have to order it online because it literally makes this recipe what it is, and you just squirt it on top, and it is just so good. I can't even explain it to you guys. So this next recipe is a little bit similar to the last. It kind of has the same idea, and it's avocado balsamic toast. And this is the Dave's Killer bread. I love this bread. It's the Good Seed bread in the yellow packaging. And I just toast up 2 pieces of toast. And then you're going to take cucumber and tomato and avocado and basil. And that's going to be your vegetables for this meal. And you're just going to slice up all of your vegetables so we can stack it on the toast. So my personal preference as far as stacking it goes, I always put the avocado on first, and this kind of like acts like the glue for like the other ingredients. So you're just going to put that on the toast and spread it out with a knife. And then I like to put the tomatoes on because I just feel like tomatoes are supposed to go on next. I don't know. And I always salt and pepper my tomatoes. So if I'm going to salt and pepper any part of the toast, it's going to be this part because I just like tomatoes with salt and pepper on them. So I do that next, and then I add the basil, and I like a lot of basil, and then the cucumbers. And then you can also salt and pepper this step if you want, but I skip it here and just do the balsamic vinegar. And this is just to die for, you guys. You guys are going to love this, if I can speak. And another great thing to add would be sprouts. So if you have sprouts, definitely add those on. So this next recipe is something that I've been making for a really long time. This is something that I literally made like 7 years before I ever went vegetarian, and it's a rice bowl. So what you want to do is you want to cook some white rice, but you want to mix some mild taco seasoning in with the rice as it's cooking. So you do about a half of a bag of the seasoning and mix it to about 1 cup of uncooked rice, and then just cover it and let it cook that way, and it's going to give your rice a really nice like Mexican flavor to it. And then you're just going to cut up your cilantro and your avocado for later. That's going to go on top of your rice bowl. So once your rice is cooked, you are going to fluff it a little bit with a spoon, and then you want to add 2 of the main ingredients, and that's black beans. You could use pinto. I personally prefer black. And then you want to add some frozen corn, and this just makes the best combination in the world. So once you have the corn and the beans in it, you want to add a little bit of cheese. Now this is something that of course you don't have to do if you don't want to, but I've always kind of done this. So that is why I add cheese. I just mix it together, it makes it really nice and creamy. And then I just add my cilantro and my avocado, and you also want to add salt and pepper, and that is it for this amazing meal. Alright, next is my ultimate veggie sandwich, and I love this one so much, but you always have to have a ton of veggies on hand when you make this, so usually I'll make this like right after I go to the store or something. But I just slice up some cucumber and some tomato, some avocado, basically anything that you have on hand. You could add peppers, pretty much anything. And usually what I like to add on this is sprouts. I didn't have any sprouts this time, but I did have some of those like Asian sprouts. What are they called? I don't know. I don't remember, but you always put them in like stir fries and stuff, those things. I added radishes and some spinach as well. I also added 2 vegan cheeses for this. This is the Chow cheese, that's amazing. And then I also added tofutti, which is a cream cheese. And both of these are amazing. Like if you haven't tried any good vegan cheeses, try these 2 and you'll be really surprised. So I just layered up all of my vegetables on my sandwich, and you want it to be big and fat and amazing, and it's just so good. And also don't forget to add salt and pepper. That's really crucial because it just adds a lot of flavor, I feel like, when you add salt and pepper. You could also add garlic powder, minced onions, or whatever other seasonings that you want. Once it's closed, I just cut it in half and I add toothpicks to each half just to keep it together because it's so fat. But that is basically it. It's delicious and it's healthy and it's so good, and you guys are going to love this. And I usually serve it with some chips and some fruit on the side, and it's just amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you want to see more of these types of videos because I would love to make them for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!